Introducing Suzanne Irwin, healing medium, and all that is. The path towards enlightenment is long and arduous. We know how difficult it is, as we have all been there. By we are referring to those of us who are enlightened and are already in the non-physical. Being in the form of physical matter as a human being is rather laborious and slows everything down. Slows the learning path down, slows understanding down, and narrows vision. We do not understand the reasons that many do not bother to look internally, as though they are mortally frightened by what they will find inside themselves. When we say we do not understand, naturally we do, as all is known to us in this incarnation. We mean to express our frustration and sadness for those who think there is something so awful inside that they spend their lives looking externally. There is nothing further from the truth, for we are all sparks of the divine. We are not insisting that you all call this entity God, or all that is, or Allah, or Buddha, but it is the energy of the divine source of all creation that we speak of. You will find that when you begin to scratch the surface of who you truly are, by that we mean that of the Father, if you will, in Christian terminology, that you will find nothing but a precious soul, child of the divine, a spark of light energy. Use any metaphor that suits. There is really nothing frightening within, for you have all been one thing and then have been the opposite through your incarnations. What we are speaking of course, is that while the concept of incarnations, meaning lifetimes, might be foreign to some of you and disbelieved by others, does not make it nonetheless a pertinent, worthy concept, as we all came from somewhere. You have all come from a past lifetime and choose to return in order to continue your journey of self-discovery. So why waste an entire lifetime focusing externally and spending precious little time focusing on what really matters? What is that, you ask? It is the discovery of your true selves, your souls, if you will. For the closer and the deeper we look within, the closer we are to touching our innermost divinity. Some of you may be more comfortable with the concept of souls, others with a spark, others with some sort of light energy, but it is all the same thing. Try not to get hung up on different verbiage, as you can miss the whole point and the whole message when you focus on semantics. There's much more where this came from. Our dear light being Suzanne, who is good enough to channel this information on our behalf, welcomes this opportunity to introduce us and herself. She is also a spark of the divine, a child of God, if you will, who has been through many lifetimes of excruciating hardship and pain, and has spent the majority of her adult lifetime, this lifetime, looking within. Her emotional response to varying events in her life has been quite volatile, especially during her earlier years. So it was very difficult for her to cap or bottle up her emotions, as many of you like to say. There was no choice left to her this lifetime, for the longer she tried to bottle, the larger the eventual explosion. Many of you deal with such violent emotions, such emotional reactions, that we would like to point out that the only way through the storm is to face down the eye of the hurricane within. There is no reason to run away. In fact, your rages will only become greater. You will find that when you look within, that you will quickly be able to disseminate the information given you, so that you will learn to have compassion for yourself, especially when you understand from whence these violent, tumultuous reactions originate. One then learns to reparent one's inner child. Inner child, you say? Your inner child is the part of you that remains vulnerable, innocent, hurt, and stuck in many cases. It is vitally important that in order to fulfill your destiny and help your soul evolve, that you examine and pay attention to what your inner child is saying. Many, if not most of you, are not even aware that this inner child exists. We would be most happy to explain to you how to begin to speak with him or her, to hear her voice, to give him or her the understanding that he requires. It is of vital importance that you do this in order to self-actualize. For without this self-examination and scrutiny, you cannot possibly self-actualize. When we say self-actualize, we are not talking necessarily about earning income. We are talking about the true power that comes from wisdom, that comes from understanding, that comes from being fearless in the pursuit of inner knowledge. This is the reason that we, all that is, have come to help you. We are a collective of light beings who have been sent by God, or the Source, to help you all through our servant, Suzanne. She has agreed at this time in her life to spend the next 10 years or so helping those who come to understand themselves in order to overcome their own turmoil, torment, sadness, depression, anxieties, and many other emotions derived from fear. She will do this on a one-to-one basis with the utmost confidentiality. This service is open to all and sundry. We ask that when you book an appointment with her, that you remain respectful and come with an open heart and mind, so that we may best help you. It is unnecessary to begin a diatribe of questions as to whether we are real or not, for that is not what we have come here to prove. We have come here to help those who are in some sort of crisis in their lives and who wish an understanding of themselves. We are not here to prove anything to anybody. We are here to offer you kind, objective insight to expand your awareness of yourself and all situations that are troubling you. We love you all deeply, regardless of what you have thought, said, or done. We will talk more about these issues as time goes on. We have asked Suzanne to try to do a channeling per week of general interest to those who come. You are welcome. In fact, we request that you contact her so that we may spend personal one-on-one time with you. We do not entertain large groups, as the nature of the information that comes through is deeply personal. We hope to hear from some of you very soon. Bye for now.